The Agony of Anneliese Michel, a possession unto death. The case of Anneliese Michel is one of the most tragic and disturbing in the annals of paranormal investigation. It is a story that exists at the horrifying intersection of demonic possession, profound religious faith, and severe misunderstood mental illness. Anneliese was born in 1952 in Bavaria to a devoutly Roman Catholic family. Her upbringing was strict, intensely religious, shaping a worldview where the battle between God and Satan was a tangible, daily reality. Her life took a devastating turn at the age of 16. She experienced a severe convulsion. She was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy, a neurological condition that can cause seizures, hallucinations, and altered states of consciousness. Over the next few years, her condition worsened. She was treated in psychiatric hospitals, diagnosed with depression and psychosis. She was prescribed a cocktail of medications, but they proved ineffective. Anneliese began to experience terrifying auditory and visual hallucinations. She heard voices telling her she was damned and would rot in hell. She saw devil faces during her daily prayers. After 5 years of failed medical treatments, Anneliese and her family grew desperate. They became convinced that her affliction was not medical, but demonic. Her behavior became increasingly erratic and disturbing. She developed a severe aversion to religious objects, unable to walk past a crucifix, claiming the ground beneath her would burn like fire. She began to display extreme aggression, injuring herself, eating insects and spiders, drinking her own urine, and growling and screaming obscenities for hours on end. The family appealed to the Catholic Church for an exorcism. Their requests were initially denied. Priests recommended continued medical care. However, Father Ernst Alt, a local pastor, came to believe Anneliese was genuinely possessed. With his urging, the Bishop of Würzburg, Joseph Stangl, granted permission. In September 1975, the rite of exorcism was to be performed. What followed was a 10-month ordeal of unimaginable suffering. From September 1975 to June 1976, they performed 67 exorcism rites. Sessions often lasted up to 4 hours. They were documented on over 40 audio tapes. During these rites, Anneliese spoke in a variety of deep, guttural voices, which the priests identified as 6 distinct demons: Lucifer, Cain, Judas Iscariot, Nero, Adolf Hitler, and a disgraced 16th century priest. At Anneliese's own request, her family stopped all medical treatment. She developed the belief that her suffering was atonement for the sins of wayward youth and apostate priests. In the final months, she began to refuse all food and water. Her body wasted away. On July 1st, 1976, Anneliese Michel died. She was 23 years old and weighed only 68 pounds. The official cause of death: severe malnutrition and dehydration. Anneliese's death caused a public outcry and led to a landmark legal case. Her parents and the 2 exorcists were charged with negligent homicide. The trial became a clash between the competing worldviews of science and faith. The prosecution argued her death was preventable, the result of negligence. Doctors testified her demonic behaviors were clear symptoms of her epilepsy and psychosis. The defense argued she was genuinely possessed. They played the horrifying audio tapes in court as evidence. In the end, the court found all 4 defendants guilty of negligent homicide. They were given suspended 6-month prison sentences. The true horror of Anneliese Michel's story lies not in the supernatural, but in the profoundly human. It is a devastating case of how deeply held conviction, when confronted with a medical crisis it cannot understand, can lead to a catastrophic failure of care. The demons may well have been her illnesses, amplified by her religious worldview. The ultimate tragedy is that the people who loved her, believing they were fighting to save her soul, ultimately participated in the systematic destruction of her body, a horrifying testament to the deadly power of human conviction. The most terrifying boxes are not filled with monsters, but with the truths we are too afraid to open. Subscribe if you dare to look inside.